the flow state. This mystical state that allows the best of the best to outperform everyone on a single day to reach the ultimate limit of greatness. Let's talk about this, shall we? The flow state. A state that truly is very interesting. But first of all, let's introduce my channel, the Game of Life channel, where we are talking about the different aspects of life. And we are trying to figure out what this game is about and how we can play to the best of our abilities. And so today is a new episode of the playlist of mastery, where we are focusing on how can we reach the highest level of success, of mastery in any field, in any circumstances. And the topic of today is the flow state. Because the flow state is primarily something that once someone has reached a very high level of performance, they are able to really transcend the technique from time to time. And this allows them to actually, because they have mastered their technique, they are able to truly own what they are doing. But at some point, the subconscious is going, the conscious mind is going to drop lower, and then the subconscious mind is going to take over. And maybe this is something like that, or primarily there is no more this connection between the subconscious mind and the conscious mind, and everything is in sync in order to perform to the best of our capabilities. And so this is a very interesting state, and I think there is a lot of paper that talk about it, how to reach it and so on, but I want to talk about my experience of what I did actually this weekend, where I had a golf competition. And for me, through meditation and so on, this flow state, I have experiencing it a lot in my life, but I'm still trying to figure it out, because this is something that really, I can touch it, I can easily get into it, but I really struggle to actually stay in it and continue. So, but this weekend, actually, and this is something that you need to become aware, because golf is very, very long game, and staying in the flow state during the entire game is extremely complicated. But for some reason, I've been able to stay in it, and I've played very, very well, way better than what I'm used to do currently. And so I took notes about the different stuff that allow me maybe to first enter in this state, even though this is through meditation and so on. I know this is an edge. I know that in the future is going to help me outperform in the competition, but currently, until now, it was more a curse than an edge, because when you don't really own your technique, when your subconscious mind is not doing the right thing, letting your subconscious mind take over is just going to do shit, actually. And so that's why I was, until now, it was difficult for me to perform, is because every time I was falling into this flow state, I just was letting my subconscious do shit. And so I wasn't able to perform. That's why the flow state is not necessarily directly correlated to this idea of high performance. It's only high performance once you have trained your subconscious mind to do the right thing. And so once you have reached this state, it is just about you being able to actually get out of your own way. And so this is once you're able to get out of your own way, then what you have trained your subconscious mind to do, and to do well, you will be able to do it, and to the highest level of your capabilities. So let's dive into this and talk. So first of all, I started the competition with this mindset because that was the first competition that I have done in a while. So I thought to myself, okay, let's dive into this, but relax and enjoy. That was just my only focus. Relax and enjoy. So I just didn't put any pressure on myself. I just wanted to free my... Okay, that's the first competition in a while, so don't expect anything particular. Just relax, enjoy the game, and you'll see. So I think that's first a good framework to start, because the flow state is not a state that you can enforce. This is something that will happen because of your deep focus into what you are doing. And so you can control it. You just need to let it come. So the best way to do it is just to relax and enjoy and just focus on what you're doing. And so that, I think the first thing that I've done was right, being in the right mindset, even though I didn't actually wasn't even thinking about this mindset of being in a flow state. I just thought, okay, that's the first competition in a while, so let's just relax and enjoy. And so after a while, I started making good shots, started scoring well, and so then I was progressively into this state where I was trying to just stay relaxed, even though the score was getting better and better. And because the score was getting better and better, I had this will to keep going. I wanted to keep playing well. And so I had my concentration that was rising while I was still trying to enforce the state of staying relaxed and enjoying the game. And this progressively built up this momentum and this flow state. And so it took me, I think, 6 or 8 holes to get into it. And actually, I think I could have got in much earlier, but I was struggling with my putting on techniques. I wasn't very comfortable with my techniques. Then I fixed it at the 5th or 6th hole. And then after that, I started making putts. And this really skyrocketed my mindset into a flow state. And so I started, I think the 8th, I hold 3 meters. The 9th, I hold 6 meters, I think. The 10th, I hold at least 3 or 4 meters. So yes, I was going in. I was in the flow state, and so I was on. And so that was really that, because my long game was really solid, but at the beginning my putting was not that good. And since really that was the shift, I fixed my technique in the putting, and bang, I started holding putt. And so I was, I think, already well set into maybe going into this flow state, but the only thing that was preventing me actually to getting was my putting. And then once I fixed it, I was on. And so it went on to about 3 or 4 holes until I reached I think the 12th, where then I realized that I was actually in the flow state. And so that's where things start getting complicated, because as I said, you cannot enforce it. Flow state is just a state of deep concentration, deep relaxed concentration. And so the issue is the best way to keep going into this flow state is just not being aware of it, because you will stay focused in what you do. And that was the issue. I started becoming aware of it. And this is also the issue with the idea of golf course. You stay very long onto the golf course and so on, and so that's difficult. So here I needed to make a change. I needed to, okay, I'm becoming aware, but I want to stay in that flow state. I want to keep going. So, and also this is linked to this idea of upper limit issue, where you are, because things are going well, you may start worrying that things are not going to continue to go well. And so this is some upper limit. You're limiting yourself into the accomplishments that you could achieve. And this creates tension in your body that can throw you out of this flow state. And so what I did is I focused on, okay, I'm currently upper limiting myself. And so just relax. This is just an upper limit. You have played well. There is no reason why you can't continue to play well. So just continue. And so I just focused on acknowledging that that was some upper limits that I was fixing on myself. I felt it, released it, and move on. And this is primarily what happened during the until the end of this golf course, because each time I was worrying that things were going wrong, I was realizing, okay, this is just me that is limiting myself. I need to release this tension. And so this is what I did. I just released this tension, and I've been able to maintain this flow state until the end. And that's the first time for me. And so that's why I'm really happy, because I played very well. At some point, I was aware that I was in the flow state, and I was able to continue staying in it, even if I started worrying about the fact that maybe I would not be able to sustain this level of performance. So yeah, relaxing the tension of upper limit issue, just becoming aware of them, feeling them, relaxing them, accepting that everything is going to continue to go well. So yes. So I think that's it. There is a few other points that I want to mention, but now we have a good understanding. Okay, we need to first be relaxed, getting on a deep focus mindset, and start having good things that go in our ways. Yeah, there is a bit of luck. I'm pretty sure there is a bit of luck into that, because this is a reinforcement process. The more you're making good shots, and maybe lucky shots, the more you will tend to be more focused, more relaxed, and those type of shots will tend to happen more and more and more. And so this is what creates this snowball effect that will put you in the flow state to the point where you are not missing any shot. Well, I'm talking about golf because this is what I did, but actually, if this is for another another field, another sport, or anything, you can translate to it also. And also, yeah, there is this aspect of, because as I said, the golf course is really long. We have a lot of time, and so in terms of drinking water, eating food, we need that, because otherwise we will feel down and so on. But this time I did something special. Because my start was extremely early, I actually didn't take a breakfast. I was in a fasting state, and that was something I wanted to try, because the fasting state is a state where you are consuming your fat as primary source of energy, and this source of energy is constant. You don't have up and downs that you can have when you are eating, and that you have with sugar and carbs that are flowing in your blood, and then when you run out of them, you start feeling down a little bit. And also the fasting state, you don't have energy that is spent in digesting what you are eating. And so I think that helped me a lot, because I was on a mental state that was extremely stable during the entire course. And the only thing I saw that was making a difference was the fact that I was drinking or not water. Every time I start missing one shot here and there, that was just because I didn't drink water for more than 2 or 3 holes. And so as long as I was staying hydrated, and as long as I was drinking water, things were going pretty well, actually. And so I was able to maintain this stable state of mind that I think is really important in order to stay into this flow state. So I was my body that was stable. I was my mind that was fluctuating between some tension of upper limit that I was releasing, and so I was above, higher on terms of concentration. And every time I was getting too much, getting too over my head, I was relaxing by understanding that that was over upper limit issues. And also something, yeah, maybe this is not something I want to add. Then there was other aspects that are more goal specific, but yeah. So I think here we have a lot of interesting point of view that will enable us to understand better a bit what the flow state is and what it can, how we can get in and stay in, because this is really important when you are performing, when you are really reaching a high level. You want to outperform, but just not for a bit of time. During the entire time, you need to outperform. And so that's very interesting. Now that I'm finished about it, you see I'm switching angle. I tested I test a stream deck to make things a bit more interesting. I don't know. Maybe this is. I have a lot of fun with it actually. But anyway, so thanks you for watching, and I see you next time.